She's beautiful, she's intelligent, and for the most part, she carries out a lot of drama throughout a season. So why is it that production seems to hate Kenya Moore? Well, I have some new information that may give you some new insight as to why it seems that way. And I'm going to share with you guys right after this. What's up, Kimfolk, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and press that subscribe button. And if you already are subscribed to the channel, do me a favor and press that notification button so you can be notified whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, Kimfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about, and right now it involves Miss Kenya Moore and what is being perceived as a love and hate relationship with her, production, and Bravo. So where did all this speculation come about that, Bravo or production hates Kenya? Now, I will say hate is a very strong word, so I would prefer to say dislike. Well, this came about when it was revealed to us this past month that Bravo or production gave Kenya an ultimatum. It was either be on Dancing with the Stars or be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Of course, in the standoff, Bravo and production blinked because they didn't have enough housewives. So in essence, they needed Kenya to stay on the show to fill out the cast. So then once that move was revealed, a lot of people started talking about why is it that production and or Bravo seems to dislike Kenya. Well, my source told me some information that I had never heard before, and it made perfect sense. And when my source was going over information about the alleged war that Kenya was having with Bravo and production, they revealed more insight into why this relationship seems so toxic. And so that's why I'm doing this video with you guys. So here it is. Here is the reason why Bravo and or production dislikes Kenya. All right. First, it's more so on the production side than the Bravo side. Bravo is like the big boss. They oversee the budgets. They understand market value. They understand market promotions, and they understand the brand. Production is much more involved with the ladies' everyday lives. They spend the most time with the ladies off camera, and they're the ones who are pretty much coaching the ladies throughout the season. So a lot of this is really having to do with production necessarily not liking Kenya to a certain extent. And reason number one why production seems to dislike Kenya, my source is that allegedly production sees Kenya as just being too smart. I know, right? Crazy. Allegedly, they see Kenya as being too smart for the show. And when I asked my source, what do you mean by that? And my source told me pretty much this in a nutshell. They said that when you have a reality TV show, production allegedly needs you to be one or two people. They need you to be very gullible and green, or they need you to be two, very thirsty and fame hungry. Why those two types of people is needed for production? Well, one, the person who's very green and gullible, you can pretty much get them to do whatever, say whatever, and then when you're done using that gullibleness out of them, then they can retreat back to, well, I didn't know what I was doing, or I didn't understand, right? And all is kind of forgiven. Two, they need someone who is kind of fame hungry and very attention seeking, because those type of characters or people or persons, they are the type of person who will say anything, do anything just to get camera time and just to get recognized. For example, the gullible and green type of person. Now, this is not a dig at Porsha, but she does play it up very well. For instance, when the whole rumor with Candy and Todd and the dungeon came about, Porsha was gullible enough to believe that the rumor was actually true. So she didn't mind, somewhat spreading the rumor or facilitating that rumor throughout the ladies that season. But when the gig was up and it turns out that the rumor was a lie and the person who told her fabricated it and everything, Porsha kind of played up the gullible, role. She was like, oh, I didn't know what I was saying, or I got caught up in the tea, as she said. And she said, I just didn't know, and I apologize. And for the most part, all was forgiven. And by Porsha being gullible like that, they were able to get a lot of drama out of that season. And when her gig was up, she was able to retreat back to that whole gullibleness and that whole green type of energy, as if I didn't know what I was doing. I'm sorry. Second, their production needs someone to be very attention seeking and very fame hungry. And that comes with Clark. What was her name? Yvonne, right? From Clark. I forgot her name. But the young lady from Clark, Atlanta, she was very fame hungry and very attention seeking. So whenever the camera was on her, she didn't mind saying whatever, she didn't mind doing whatever, as long as she got more camera time. That type of personality is going to always make a scene. It's going to always be drama whenever they're around or whenever they open up their mouths. So in other words, production has a lot to film when they need drama. When they need drama, they go to that person because they know that person is going to say whatever and do whatever just to be on camera. Now, how does all this relate to Kenya? Well, my sources say that Kenya is neither of the two, right? It's not that Kenya does not facilitate drama. It's not that Kenya does not facilitate rumors. And it's not that Kenya does not facilitate being the villain. The issue is how production is going about doing that with Kenya and how they try to pull those elements of reality TV show camera time out of Kenya. Which brings us to number 2. Allegedly, production feels that Kenya is not as collaborative or easy to work with now that Carlos is no longer in production with Real Housewives of Atlanta. Allegedly, production felt like Kenya was more willing to work with Carlos than she is to work with them. Now, why is this? My sources tell me that allegedly, when Carlos was the producer of Real Housewives of Atlanta, he understood the women on a very personal level. As all of them have always said, Carlos wanted the best for all of them and wanted to pull out the best out of all of them when they were filming. From my sources, allegedly, when Carlos was working with Kenya and he wanted her to, and he wanted to pull drama out of her, and he wanted to pull excitement out of her, and when he wanted to pull great TV moments out of her, it was much more of a collaborative effort than a manipulative effort. Keep that word in mind, manipulative. So it's a more collaborative, it was a more alleged collaborative relationship with the ladies. It was, this is the drama that's going on. How do you feel about it? All right. Who you feel is the most behind that drama? Okay, well, I need you to go confront that person. I need you to make this scene happen with this person. You see how it works? So, allegedly with Kenya, she understood that it was more of a collaborative process. So, when it's more collaborative, you all can work together. What she feels comfortable with doing, what she doesn't feel comfortable with doing. What she does feel comfortable with doing, you take that to the max. Allegedly, with the new production after Carlos, it went from being a collaborative relationship to much more of a manipulative relationship. It wasn't, hey Kenya, this is the scene we're trying to make. How do you feel about what's going on? Who do you feel like is most responsible for the drama? Okay, we need you to go to them and we need for you to turn the scene up times 10 with that person. It wasn't like that, allegedly. It was more so of, hey Kenya, we heard that such and such allegedly said this about you, or we heard that allegedly this person is doing this behind your back. We need for you to go and confront them. Or we heard this particular information and we need for you to tell it to all of the ladies. And allegedly, if that was brought to Kenya that way, she kind of barked at it because at the core, a lot of these ladies do have morals and values, some more than other. And it was like her saying, well, no, that's not factual information. So I'm not finna just go out there and just lie and then lie that salaciously, right? Or, well, that's the drama that's going on, but that's not the person who's starting it. It's this person who's starting it. So why should I go after that person and not go after that person? And so allegedly, that is what made Kenya not so easy to produce with the new production team after Carlos. And that dubbed her as difficult to work with. Now, like I said, Kenya is a very smart and intelligent woman. So it's not that she doesn't want to be a team player. Like I said, she has to be able, the things they want her to do as a team player, it just has to make sense. Because she is not, one, gullible or green, and two, she's not thirsty for camera time and attention. So if you want her to do something, it just has to make sense intelligently and in a good production way. And so a lot of times it wasn't brought to her like that, and that's why she barked at the request. And that's how she kind of got labeled as difficult to work with. Now, I will say this. Over the last season, I thought that production and Kenya had finally worked out their relationship. Because if you notice, this last season with this Bolo situation, Kenya was carrying that Bolo situation. Oh my goodness. That Bolo situation was really a 3-episode moment. Kenya carried that for about 8 episodes. And so to me, it kind of signaled that Kenya was back trying to work, with production to create drama, to facilitate drama, because there really wasn't any, right? And when I saw that, I said, well, maybe Kenya in production, they're trying to, get back on the good foot. When it happened, then when this whole thing with Bravo and Dancing with the Stars and production and everyone allegedly giving her ultimatum, I'm like, dang, why are they reverting back to their old ideology and thinking around Kenya? Which, like I told you guys yesterday, is a little bit more deeper than that. But, it still rings back to the same. It still gives off the same message as if they do not like Kenya. So there you have it, folks. That is really the main reason, the alleged main reason why production, more so than Bravo, dislikes Kenya. From what I'm told, Bravo is very indifferent about all of the housewives altogether, unless they're just doing something very egregious. When it comes to Kenya, I've been told that allegedly that Bravo likes the fact that she's articulate, that she is poised, and that you can put her in front of any camera and she can represent the brand very beautifully. But other than that, it's kind of like this is more of a hands-off approach. More so, everything is pretty much directed through production when it comes to issues or alleged issues with Kenya. But hopefully, season 14, they can work them out and they can get back on a good foot. But what I want to know from you guys, kinfolk, is how do you see Kenya's role on the show? Do you think she's good at facilitating drama and keeping the drama going? Or do you think that she's not really good at facilitating drama and that you might actually want to see a different side of Kenya this upcoming season? Let me know, kinfolk, down in the comment section. I cannot wait to hear what you guys are thinking. And as always, if you have enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you, kinfolk, over on the next one. Peace.